Hey everyone, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. I am drinking up on my ESB in my Idle Valley Brewing tap pint glass. If you look at that in the back, right there, that's a proper pint right there. There we go. Cheers. Tasting pretty good. But I'll tell you what, I just got back from my trip down to Idle Valley Brewing, and let me tell you, that was a phenomenal trip. I had such a great time. There's going to be so many great memories from that trip. Of course, I got to meet up and brew beers with Chris Froggatt, Tom Watson of NewToHomeBrew Tom, and then also HaryBrew69. It was just a fabulous experience. Checking out his new equipment, his 14-barrel brew system that he designed himself, the whole thing, and had a fabricator build it to his specifications. And to be able to witness that, it's like you meet somebody, and after you get to know them a little while, you realize that they're one of those diamond in the roughs. They're that individual that, you know, where everyone else looks around and just sees problems and sees impossibilities. It takes that person that comes along that doesn't realize that these things are impossible for them to just be able to do it themselves, and they do it and succeed at it. And that's the characteristic that I find in HaryBrew69, Christopher, and phenomenal individual. So I had such a great time with him, with his family, getting to meet his daughter. Didn't get to meet his son, unfortunately, but there will be a next time. This is not the last time I'm going down. This is not the last time we're going to rendezvous somewhere. So yeah, sometime in the future it will happen again. So in this one, I want to talk about, you know, sort of what it was like being there, and some of the experiences that I had when I was down there, and just share that with you a little bit. So I don't have a lot of the footage that we took on the actual brew day, but do go see the video that NewToHomeBrew Tom put out. I'll go ahead and put a link down here so that you guys go check it out. Phenomenal day. I mean, from, you know, cracking open the grains, dumbing in, mashing in, and stirring everything up, you know, taking water temperatures, checking pHs, to, you know, sparging and putting over that, filling up the boil kettle. So many cool things that were going on. I got the opportunity to share some of the water kit that I have and give them a couple water tests down there, compare them based on what Harry had done a while back, and see the changes that have occurred over time. And then also shared a test with NewToHomeBrew Tom, so he's got that, and so he'll be able to use that. Let's see what else. With Christopher Froggatt, when I met him, I didn't really know him that well because I just know him from his videos and of course the UK Smash Off. I know that he's working with HaryBrew69 now as a full-time employee, and from Harry's videos that you put out, you kind of get a sense of what Chris is like. I remember watching some of their videos where, you know, they were mucking around in the control panel, or they were doing some work around in the brewery before they had the bigger equipment. And, you know, Chris is able to practically finish Harry's sentences, and, you know, he's always where he needs to be. So he's one of those guys that just kind of knows what you're thinking, and if he works with you, you know, he kind of he's a really intelligent guy. He's really able to anticipate what you're thinking and do it before you actually have to verbalize it. So I think he's a perfect complement to Harry in order to be able to just execute all of the different things that need to go on that system in order to have a brew day. And then obviously all of the work that goes into cleaning and maintenance, and so kudos to Chris Froggatt, phenomenal individual. Really cool to have somebody like that around and be part of the team. If I was ever going to do something like Harry, I would definitely want somebody like Chris Froggatt around. Cheers to you, Chris. And of course, brewing together with NewToHomeBrew Tom. What can I say? That guy was getting in the way everywhere. No, seriously. Brewing with NewToHomeBrew Tom. He's not new to homebrew anymore. He knows his stuff. He was, he's brewed together with Harry before, so he was, jumping all in. We had a really good time. Really nice, down-to-earth kind of guy. I know on the videos, he's very animated, and it's very nice to see that and have that sort of humor in the environment, because it just sort of takes any of the stress, any of the pressure of the day away, and sees everything in a positive light, and is able to make light of the situation and make it humorous. So it was so good to have Tom there and be able to provide a lot of that comedy. And of course, him and Harry, they are hilarious together. I don't know if you watch their videos and you think some of this is just scripted, but when you get together with those guys, you can see that there's just humorous sparks that are going off all over the places. And for me, I got no humor whatsoever, but these guys were just making me crack up all the time. It was so nice, and Tom brought all that to the table, so that was really cool. All of his experience and the enthusiasm, of course, and helping out. It was great. I felt a little bit guilty because I saw him. I watched his video, of course, and I saw that Chris had raised 2 shovels at the beginning of the video and said, hey, these are for you and Tony so you guys can clean out the mash tun, because that's the tradition. If you got a new brewer in the brew house, they're supposed to clean out the mash tun. And I know I do that when people come over and brew on my system. They sit here and watch, and I tell them what to do, but when it comes down to cleanup, they got to clean out the mash tun, because that's a brewer's tradition. And when it was time to clean out the mash tun there, I didn't plan it, but I was in the other room. I kind of escaped it. So I was doing the water test for both Tom and Harry. And so I kind of got out of cleaning the mash tun. Does that sort of invalidate my brew day with them? Maybe I'll have to go down and brew again so I can clean out that damn mash tun. But no, it was such a great experience. Retford is not as small as Harry lets on. It's actually a pretty good sized town. It's got pretty much everything that you want, and I had a really good time there. In the mornings I would go out and walk around, sort of surround myself with the people on the main street and around the town square and things like that, and it was really kind of cool. It was really quaint. People were really nice. An interesting place, downtown Retford. I was staying just over there. Interesting little church here. Figure there. Got Harry's coffee house there, and then right next door it's the Yateses. Imagine that. Down here in the city center we've got Market Square. People down here buying all their goods. Burger Grill place there selling pulled pork. Oh my goodness, look over there. That's the world famous Wilco's, made world famous by people like Brewmaster Ben, Christian Brew Bear, and people of that like. Let's go inside and check out what the Wilco's is really like. It's your typical pharmacy slash Buy everything you need kind of store. Guess who I just saw? Let's go find out. So here's Harry, and he's going to show us the famous Wilco's homebrew section.
What little of it there is.
Yeah.
So there we go. It starts with kits and brewing barrels and sugars, finings, a siphon tube here and there, and some caps. It really is.
And conveniently located is the
water filters.
Water filters, yeah. Very nicely placed. Yeah.
I noticed, look, Coopers, I've not seen this is new to me, they've changed their branding. Is that DIY beer like a More Beer kit or a Mr. Beer kit or something like that? I wonder if they've done a deal then.
Well, there we go.
Been a while since I've made one of these. It's a good starter kit though.
Yeah.
Sex up your English bitter kit, boys.
Just another day.
Another day.
Just another day.
In rainy Retford.
So, yeah, I had nothing but a positive experience. We spent some hours at the tap, of course, and checking out the beers that they have on. Not just HaryBrew69's beers, but also the guest taps as well. So we went through pretty much the whole array, and of course it's all cask ale. So I got to experience cask for the first time, and that was it was thrilling. It was really, really cool. The beers are, I remember the first one. One of the first ones I got was actually a lot warmer than what I'm expecting, right? So here at the house, I got it at 6 degrees, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And to grab one of those, and it's, you know, somewhere around 10, 12, and of course it's lower carbonation. You know, it's a little bit, it's different. So then you drink it, and then you sort of like, oh yeah, okay, I can totally get into this. So, you know, to be able to experience those for like 4 nights in a row, it was just, yeah, it was very, very nice. Yeah, I had a really, really good time there. So let me go ahead and show you a little bit of footage, because there was some footage that I took of the brew day really, really quickly. And let's go ahead and take a look at that now.
Yeah,
Boom,
16.
Goes from there into the Grant, up here, to the boil kill. Alright, so we're finished with the sparge. We turned on the whirlpool just to go ahead and mix it up before we take a sample to get our pre-boil gravity. Harry taking a gravity sample.
12.4.
12.4.
1050-ish. 1049.9.
We were going for 1045.
Yeah, so we've got to come down to, our target is 11.2.
It's the pre-boil color.
So we've got to come down another 1.2 plate till.
There we go, boy. Oh boy. So we're at the boil volume, which is the highest it's ever been. So we're really pushing the system to the limit. And the hot break on that has not much room to go. So Chris is sitting here ready to go with the hose.
Ready and waiting. Just to
Bring it down.
We'll knock her back just a little bit like that.
Yeah.
We're not going to add a lot of water, just enough to
This
sort
is
of,
probably going to take 20 minutes or so just to get past hot break.
I think so.
Okay, so that was pretty much the brew footage that I had, but something that I also wanted to share with you was his refractometer machine that he has. It's quite an old thing. It's an old vessel, but the way that it works is so much better than those portable refractometers. Much more accurate as well. And let me go ahead and show you why. Check this out. Alright, so here's an old piece of equipment that you don't see every day. It's an old refractometer. But what's interesting about this one is it's water fed. So here I've just taken a sample from the port from the boil kettle, and it's reading a temperature of 21.4 Celsius, now 21.5. Now if I put the hot sample here, you can see that the temperature now is rising. That's actually 23 Celsius. The medium LID is off, so 23.7. But what's cool is that I can come over here, turn on the water, and that recirculates cold water underneath the plate. So now we can actually see the temperature decrease, and then when the temperature gets down to 21, then we can go ahead and take a reading. So fantastic way. You don't have to sit here and blow on the sample and hoping it gets down to 20 degrees Celsius. So as soon as it gets to 20, we'll go ahead and click the read sample, see where it's at. Alright, that's about 20 degrees, so I'll go ahead and shut off the water. About 20. Read sample. Now we're 11.5 Plato. So look at that. Here, about 11.5 or about 1046, give or take. 1046, mid 1046.5 maybe. So, that's a very cool device right there. Wish I had one of those at home. So also, before I left, in addition to the glasses, Harry gave me some of these coasters from Idle Valley Brewing. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Harry, for being the perfect host while I was there. Thank you so much for allowing me into your life and sharing with me all the stuff that you've got going on is really, truly the diamond in the rough. And to Tom Watson and also to ChrisFrogg, thank you so much, guys, for being such great hosts while I was there and making me feel really welcome and really just having a great time. That's all I've got for this week. Yeah, the other beers we'll talk about in the future. But that's it for now. Cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.